Hello, hello. I'm outside and another wonderful, beautiful day. Sitting here watching videos on YouTube like I do, getting messages because that's how I ask God to communicate with me if He wanted to communicate with me. And He did that for me. So, you know, I was being selfish in asking that and He still obliged me. Man, so today I think we can definitely talk about something exciting. Sorry about all the noise in the background. But wind's blowing, trees are going, cars are going by. You know how it goes. When you got something to say, everything starts going crazy. But without further ado, Spirit Team, please clear all negative energies around me and only allow what you would like for me to express to be expressed. Thank you. Alright, so I was just thinking about God and how He's a father to us. And first thing I can start with is, what is it like to have a father? Father is somebody that supports you, encourages you, believes in you, teaches you things, guides you. A father also gives you space to grow, understand, teaches you lessons, scolding and all. That's the place of a father. But a father is always accepting, even when the child does something that is not pleasing to them. They still accept the child because they're a father. That's what fathers do. I mean, at least that's what I would do if I'm a father, so I can speak on it. I got 3 children. Oldest is 13. But something I've learned growing, I'm 37 now. I learned that there's lots of requirements to being a father. One of those things is being a man. And there's a lot of things that men have to do in order to abstain what it is that they need to so that they can have peace. Like protecting, providing, supporting, creating, being a punching bag, being sensitive. Man has to be flexible. The more flexible a man is, the more efficient he is at what he does. A man's job is to fulfill any role necessary that he can fulfill appropriately. Car went by. Cool. So, in saying all that, that's my opinion. It is my opinion. You can disagree, but it's my opinion and that's how I feel. Whatever. I'm not going to change how I feel. So, in saying all that, why would we assume that our Father would pick favorites? Why would we assume that our Father wouldn't forgive us? Why would we assume that we're better than somebody else because any reason? Just pick a reason. If we all were created with a purpose, and if our purpose makes us equal and we all have purposes, then what's the problem? How is it that you can't be happy with having your own particular purpose in life? And who knows? Your purpose could be bigger than you understand. Usually it is. You can have the smallest, most non impactful job in the world, but the time that you spend there, maybe 5 instances, you could have changed somebody's life. So that's 5 people whose lives you impacted by just doing what you're supposed to do normally without even trying. Can you measure that? Is that something that you can put a value to? So, when speaking about changing lives, isn't something in life that we want as people, all each individually, is happiness, in which that's something that we mostly all search for. What is happiness? How do I attain happiness? Where can I find happiness? What does happiness feel like? Is this happiness? Do I deserve happiness? Well, sometimes, most of the time, in order to get happiness, you have to change some way, shape, or fashion. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Maybe you have to change what you're doing. Maybe you have to change people you're around. Maybe you have to change where you're going. But happiness is attainable and it's right around the corner. Honestly, you don't even have to do anything to get it. All you have to do is decide to be happy. As crazy as that sounds, how do you decide to be happy? It's easy. If you know what appreciation is, and which everybody does, even if they don't, then you can learn to appreciate some things in your life. Pick some things. Don't matter. They don't have to be important. But just know that when you do, that adds value to whatever it is you started to appreciate. practice appreciating it. You can even practice appreciating yourself, saying nice things to yourself, exercising, eating good food, spa days, relaxing if you don't relax, being in nature, stuff like that. But small things, just anything that you can appreciate. You don't have to do anything special to appreciate something. All you have to do is decide that you value something more than not, or even more than a little, or even more than normal. And then you can act on that by trying to do something to show that you appreciate it. By like saying thank you for existing or touching it to show that you appreciate it, the way it feels, or smelling it because you enjoy the smell, or just even looking at it. It's not much that you have to do. Sorry about that interruption. I had to take a break. But I believe we were talking about happiness. And I'm learning a lot about happiness. Did you know that happiness can become stronger? Like you can be able of feeling more happiness. Did you know that? Well, you can. You know how to do that. You do that by incorporating other methods into your life, like practicing gratitude. We were definitely talking about that. Gratitude mixed with choosing to be happy equals even more happiness. Learning appreciation and gratitude allows for a bigger opportunity of happiness. Since happiness is your choice, if you can appreciate things, then you can experience happiness anywhere. And then at different levels, depending on how much you appreciate something. Happiness is beautiful and it's free. You just gotta know how to get there. I said all that because I've been fighting with a monster of unhappiness. Oh man, that's amazing. The more interruptions you get, the more powerful the message is, right? Neighbor was calling. But I'm fighting a monster. This monster is a demon. The demon that is represented in the form of a monster is Legion. Legion comes in many forms, many varieties, many shades. And I've learned a lot about fighting demons. And I used to be fearful, but once I understood about happiness and what happiness was, and gratitude and appreciation, I understood why the demons fought or even exist. So, my need to even want to fight in a manner to do harm dissipated, into which the only thing I want to do is fight for love because I understand what happiness is and what evil is. People choose to be evil, but when I say that, not everything you think is evil. Evil is doing harm onto things and others without their consent in any way, shape, or fashion. That's evil, especially if they can't protect themselves or don't know any better. That's evil. If you knowingly do that, that's evil. If you don't know you're doing it, that's not evil. That's something else. But we're not going to get into that because I don't think y'all are ready to talk about all that. I see narcissists. I understand narcissists. I know what it takes to break the binds of being a narcissist. I know how to break the binds of addiction. I know how to heal. I know how to break the binds of your mind of a lot of things. Whenever I was created, I was told I could have anything I wanted, and I tested it. I manifested things from the galaxy that didn't make sense, and I got it. I got my signs, and I left it at that. That was good enough for me. So, what I ended up wanting after I grew to learn what it meant to want and understand what it was to desire, I chose to want and to desire love. Love on every level that it can be had. Real, true love. That's what I wanted from God. And He gave me that. The universe, the God, He gave me that. But it definitely came at cost. Pain, suffering, loss, everything that I could almost possibly experience negatively or be associated with negatively in some way, shape, or fashion. He put in my vicinity to experience so that I can understand how to come out of those things and then understand how where people come from and can come from and what people are capable of and how the brain works under certain conditions so that I can understand a pathway back from all of those places to love. That's why he put me in all those situations. I suffered so I could understand how to love on an ultimate level and then be able to share it. That was the key that I wanted, was to be able to share it. And I know how to do that. I'm so thankful and grateful to be have shown what love was by the Most High God, creator of everything, the universe. Whew. Once you figure out what love is, maybe you can understand how to feel emotions and energies. Maybe. I have faith. Just one step at a time. But I said all that to say this. If, as a father, you want your children to be the best that they can be, you know that that requires them learning things on their own and experiencing things on their own and seeing things on their own, but with you watching over them. So, why wouldn't God want to talk to you if He's been standing behind you the whole time, waiting for you to turn around and notice? Child of mine, hi. I've been waiting for you to see me here. Peace and love and tranquility. Shalom.